Okay. What last class I gave you the formula pressure is equal to force upon area. When area is less, pressure is more. And we were doing problems also on pressure is equal to force by area. P equal to F by A. Any one thing is unknown, we can find out that. And the SI unit of pressure is Pascal or Newton per meter square, the SI unit. Okay. So we have done a few problems, the simple type of problems only you can expect. Now we are doing liquid or liquid under bracket you can add fluid pressure. What is called fluid? Anything that can flow is called a fluid. What are the example of a fluid? Liquid and gases. Both come under the word fluid. Both of them are fluid. Gas and the liquid. So they liquid and gas they also have certain weights, and due to the weights they also exert pressure. And the pressure exerted by liquid, pressure exerted by a liquid. Write on the formula of this. Pressure exerted by liquid formula is HdG. And I'll tell you what is P means pressure. You have to record right on this. H is height or depth of liquid. Liquid column, we can say liquid column. D is the density of liquid, density of liquid, and G is acceleration due to gravity, Okay, this is the formula of pressure exerted by a liquid. Normal formula pressure is what? Force by area. But especially for a liquid or for a fluid, we have the formula pressure is equal to HdG. The details of this formula you will be doing in higher class. I mean, class 9 you will do this one. Why this formula we have and details you will know over there. But in class 8 we have to learn that pressure exerted by a liquid or fluid depends on mainly two factors. You have to learn, and it is given in the book also. The two factors are this one, height or depth of the liquid. H, it depends on H, and it depends upon the density of the liquid. More the height of the liquid column, more the pressure it will exert. Less the height of the liquid column, less the pressure it will exert. That means they are directly proportional. More the density, more the pressure, less the density, less the pressure. That is also directly proportional. For example, suppose we are having a container filled with a liquid, suppose water. So we are having points over here A, there is another point B, there is another point C, A, B, C. Which point will have the largest pressure? Which point will be at the maximum pressure here in this case? Or which point will have the highest value of pressure? Which one? A, B or C? Tell me. No, A is height of this column. Height is from the free surface you are measuring the height or the depth. Which point is at the largest depth? A, no. A. So A will be having the maximum pressure here or the greatest pressure, and C will have the lowest value of pressure here in this case. This is the height of the liquid column, height. This is the height. This is the value of H, this much, only this much. All the height or the depth we will calculate from the free surface of the liquid column. Larger the depth, larger the pressure, lesser the depth, lesser the pressure. You understand? Okay, if we are having holes over here, through which hole the water will be, suppose there is a ground over here, through which hole the water will come out faster, through the hole A or through the hole B or through the hole C? Through which hole? The answer is through the hole A, because here the pressure is more, from here the water will be coming here. and from C it will be coming to the lesser distance, and out here it will be coming here, somewhere here. From A it will be hitting the surface here, C will be here, B will be here. So this diagram we will draw to show that the pressure increases with the increase in the depth or increase in the height of the liquid column. More the height, more the pressure, less the height, less the pressure. Understood? Okay, boys? Hello? Have you understood? Okay. Yes. Mm. Mm. Now, it depends upon the density of the liquid also. How does it depend on the density of the liquid? More the density, more the pressure. For example, suppose we are having equal quantity of water and equal quantity of mercury. Another case we got mercury here like this, mercury. Same quantity of mercury here, same quantity, same volume. This is mercury, Hg. This is H2O. Mercury, Hg. This is H2O. Which of the liquid will exert more pressure? Mercury or water? Which of the liquid will give you? Mercury, because mercury's density is much more than the density of water. Because mercury is the densest liquid. So mercury will be exerting a large amount of pressure than water and all. So more the density, more the pressure, less the density, less the pressure. So there are reason type question based on this fact. Reason type question based on this fact is that a deep diver, a deep sea diver, the one who dives deep in the sea, they wear a special kind of suit. They wear a special kind of jacket. What is the reason behind it? Because deep in the sea, the pressure exerted by water is very large. Their body, without that special suit, will not be able to withstand that large pressure, and the person may die. So to prevent or to withstand to counterbalance the large amount of pressure, the person needs to wear a special jacket or a special suit. Understood, boys? We have given recent type question. They asked this way also. Thickness of the walls of a dam is increased towards the bottom. You know, whenever a dam is made on the river, dam, like we got Tista Dam, so many dams are there to block water. The wall of a dam is broader at the base, at the bottom. At the bottom of the walls will be quite broad at the bottom. And as the dam will be coming up, the width will keep on decreasing. You know the reason why? They are showing in the diagram also, you can have a look at it. Because page number 49, see page number 49. Figure 3.27, figure 3.27 you can see. Can you see that? Yeah. In that figure, you will see that the bottom of the dam is very broad, no? And top is narrow. Why is the bottom of the wall of a dam is made broad? So that at the bottom, no, the pressure exerted by water is very large due to the larger depth or due to the larger height of the air column. And due to the due to the large pressure, if the wall is narrow, then the wall may not withstand that large pressure and may break. But to withstand the large pressure, we are making the bottom of the dam, bottom of the wall of the dam broad, so that it can withstand the large pressure. It can tolerate the large amount of pressure. Understood? Okay. Okay, fine. Now, after this, liquid pressures, liquid pressures in the book they have given on page number 47. You can have a look at that. The topic was liquid pressure, and I gave the formula P is equal to HDG. Liquid pressure, see the point number one, they have given a diagram also. A liquid exert pressure at the bottom of its container. A liquid exert pressure at the bottom of a container here, at the bottom of the container. They have given one experiment to prove it. So they are showing a diagram figure 3.21. Let's have a look at that. There is a glass tube, and at the bottom of the glass tube, there is a deflated balloon. Deflated balloon is there. And when water is poured into the tube, what happens to the balloon? The balloon gets bulged. Yeah. The balloon bulge out. The balloon bulges out. Why does it bulge out? Because the water is exerting pressure inside the balloon and making it bulge out. Due to pressure, yes. Due to pressure exerted by water, yes. So this is the proof that the liquid exerts pressure at the bottom of a container. Okay, second part, just see activity 4. A liquid also exerts pressure sideways on the wall of the container. Sideways also it will exert pressure. It is not that the liquid exerts pressure only at the bottom. It will exert pressure even on the wall of the container, sidewise. What are the examples for it? The examples, when we make a hole here, what happens? Water comes out. When you make a hole in a water-filled container on the wall, what happens? The water comes out through the hole. There we put the tap and all there. So this is the example that water is exerting pressure even on the wall of the container and coming out. We have another example given in the book only. We are taking the balloon now sideways. One balloon, deflated balloon is taken at the wall of the container. And when water is filled in it, what happens to the balloon? The balloon again gets inflated. Balloon again bulges out. So this experiment proves that the liquid exerts pressure even on the wall of a container. Sideways also it will exert pressure. It is not that the liquid only exerts the pressure at the bottom, but it also exerts pressure sideways. Understood? Okay. No. Check. Can you see now? Okay. Sometimes it fluctuates. The network fluctuates. Okay. So that please bear with me. Okay. And I told you liquid pressure increases with the depth. What is the example? The experiment figure 3.24. You can see figure 3.24. Liquid pressure increases with the height of the liquid column. They are showing a balloon, okay, with a small quantity of water and a balloon with a large quantity of water. In this case, the size of the balloon is bigger, where the quantity of water is large, because there the liquid of the height of the liquid column or water column is more. That's why the pressure is more. Due to larger pressure, so balloon bulges out more. Okay, more bulging takes place, and less water column, less bulging takes place. Activity number 7, I already showed. No, this one. They are saying a container. There are 2 holes, A and B, through which hole the water will be striking the floor at the maximum distance through the hole at B. Because hole at B is at a larger depth, the pressure is large over there. I think you understood, huh? Then liquid pressure increases with the increase in the density. Increase in the density. What is the example? Already they are saying one case we are taking water, and another case we are taking sugar solution or maybe salt solution or maybe a mercury you can take. You are having larger density, larger density. You can see in this case, yeah, larger density, yeah. So they will be inflating the balloon more. You can see that they are exerting more pressure, so balloon gets more inflated there. Can you see that? All right. Next one, they have given no in the block diagram. Do you know a liquid seeks its own level? Okay, a liquid seeks its own level. That means the liquid pressure depends on the height of the liquid column. It does not depend on the shape of the container. And liquid seeks its own level. So they are showing a diagram in which different shapes of container are there. Can you see that different shapes? Some are slightly conical in shape, some are having dumbbell shape, some are having narrow pipe shape, crooked shape, some are having cylindrical shape. Okay. But see the water column in all the containers, water column in all the water height in all the containers is same or not? Just check. The level is same or not? Yeah, it will be same. It will not depend upon, yeah, it will not depend upon the area of cross section. Rather, it depends on the height, and it does not depend even on the shape of the container. Liquid pressure does not depend on the shape of the container. That is the conclusion you draw from it. All right. And liquid seeks its own level. When you have a liquid surface free, so liquid surface will be having same level everywhere. In this diagram, they are showing different type of containers and they are pouring water from top. So water will be distributed in all the containers in such a way that the liquid level will be the same everywhere. Liquid levels will be the same throughout. Same liquid level you have. So this is also the property of liquid pressure. Understood? Yes. Okay. So these are the things about the liquid pressure. Now our next topic is atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. The pressure exerted by atmosphere. Atmosphere is made up of many gases, no? Mixture of gases. What are those gases? I think mainly atmosphere consists of air. And in air, what are the components of the air? Do you know that? We got oxygen, nitrogen, so many gases, water vapor. We have inert gases. We have nitrogen in maximum quantity, oxygen. You know all those percentages. You do in geography also, no? That you know it. Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. And the atmosphere is made up of gases, and the gases also have weight. And due to weight, they exert pressure on the surface of the earth. On every article on the surface of the earth, they exert pressure due to their weight. And the pressure exerted by atmosphere is called atmospheric pressure. Do you know what is the value of atmospheric pressure? What is the value of atmospheric pressure? Tell me if anybody knows. Value of normal atmospheric pressure is how much? Value of normal atmospheric pressure is how much? Do you know? Does anybody know the value? The normal value of normal atmospheric pressure is 76 centimeter of mercury, Hg means mercury, which is same as nearly 1 into 10 to the power of 5 pascals, nearly, or approximately. You can take down this value, which is a large value, very large value. Value of normal atmospheric pressure is 76 centimeter of mercury. That means when we allow mercury in a tube, due to atmospheric pressure, mercury mercury level will stand at 76 centimeter mark, or which is equal to 1 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal nearly. So this value is important. You just note it on this value and this value. These two values are important. Yes. How much is the value of normal atmospheric pressure? Normal atmospheric pressure is measured on the sea level, mean sea level. And when we go higher up, the atmospheric pressure decreases. So on mountains and all, it will differ from one place to another place. It will be different. It will be less than this value. What is the value of normal atmospheric pressure? Normal atmospheric pressure is 76 centimeter of mercury. Or we have to learn this value in terms of SI unit, 1 into 10 to the power of 5 pascals nearly, approximately. Actual value is 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5. 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal, but which we are taking approximately equal to 1 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. That is 1 lakh Pascal, 1 lakh Pascal, which is quite a large value, very, very large value. So atmosphere exerts quite a large amount of pressure. Understood? Okay. What are the, because air we cannot see, like we see in a container, there is a water and all liquid is there, we see the liquid and liquid is exerting pressure. But air is not visible. How to prove that the air exerts pressure? How to prove it? So we have plenty of proofs. One experiment is there that is called crushing can experiment. It is given in the book. Page number 50, you can have a look at that. Page number 50, activity 10, activity 10. Page number 50, you can just have a look at that. In this experiment, what is happening? There is a can, tin can is there, which is half filled with water and half is kept empty, that is filled with air. You can see the container out here, they are showing a container here, which is filled with this much water, and the remaining part is this is tin can, this is tin can. Remaining part is air. Out here we got air. All right. And now what we will do, we will be boiling it. We'll be boiling it. We are boiling this water here. This water we are boiling over the can. They are showing that the water is being boiled. We will be closing the lid of the container. This will be covered, okay, fully covered. Water will boil. Water will produce what? Steam. Water will produce what? Steam. Water will be producing steam here, steam there, like this, steam. When we pour cold water to the can, suddenly, when we pour cold water to the can, we find the can is crushed. The can will be now distorted like this. This can will become like this. The can will crush. This is crushed can. After cold water is poured into it, when we pour cold water into this hot can, we find that the can crushes, collapses. You know why? Because listen, when the can is like this, that means the inside air is exerting pressure on the wall and keeping it tight, not allowing it to be crushed, because atmosphere is applying pressure like this. Atmosphere is applying pressure this way, like this. So atmospheric pressure and out here inside the steam or the air pressure or inside the can is balancing this one. Balancing is not allowing it to crush. But when you pour cold water in it, this steam will condense into water. There will be no steam now. It will cool, and steam will change into water. That means there inside there is nothing out there. This steam inside, which is the inside is condensing into water. That is only this is there this way. If you place the can this way, what will happen to the can? The can will crush. Exactly this is happening. They are showing the diagram also. You can have a look at that. You can have a look at that. When we pour cold water there, see, when you are boiling water here, no, the air out here, when you are boiling water out here, what will happen? The water will change into what? Steam, no, there is steam, isn't it? Evaporating, water is evaporating here and filling up this space there. This steam is balancing this can pressure there, isn't it? Yes or no? Okay. When you pour cold water in, when you pour cold water here, cold water, what will happen? The steam will cool, no? What will happen? Steam will, when steam cools, then steam will, on cooling will change into what? Steam will condense, no, we call it condensation. Steam will change into what? Water. Yes or no? Will there be any steam present here in the can? There will be no steam, isn't it? That means this space will be empty, completely empty. Vacuum will be created here. Vacuum. Yes or no? When the steam is here, the steam is occupying this entire space. The steam is occupying this empty space fully. But on pouring cold water in it, the steam changes into water. This what is there in it in this empty space? Nothing. Yeah, steam is changing into water. It's getting mixed up here. But what is left over here in this empty space? Nothing. Yes or no? If there is nothing. No, this is the lid is closed. No, the cap is closed. No, the cover it is covered, fully covered. Understand? Anywhere from top you are putting, from anywhere you just put cold water in it. Okay, you can remove it and keep it. No, because you have covered it. No, you have covered it. You are from outside, from outside only you are pouring water, cold water. Understand? That means, yeah, when then steam out here will condense suddenly and there will be a vacuum here. There will be vacuum created. No, once the steam changes into water. So if there is nothing out there, the air is inside air is balancing this outside pressure, isn't it? Balancing just now when it was not crushing. Now once it steam cools, then nothing is there. Then this side. No, this is completely empty. No pressure from this side is to balance this one. As a result, what happens? This can will crush. You can try this experiment at home also. Okay. Have you seen the tin can? I mean, that cold drinks bottle and all, no, Amul Cool and all that. Milk, no, Amul Cool. Have you seen that? Amul Cool's that tin can. Have you seen it? You pour water, but don't pour water fully. Okay, keep some space empty there. Okay, keep some space empty. Understood? And now you boil water. Okay, once the water starts changing into the steam, no, then remove it from the oven and then pour cold water in it. You just see what is happening there. It collapses or not like this. You will be able to see that the crushing of the can. You can try this experiment today. Yeah. You can. This due to lockdown, 7 to 10 the shops are open. No, then you can buy from any grocery shop. They sell all these. No, the Amul Cool bottle. No, milk bottle. You see it? Coca-Cola one, we can use that also. Any tin can we can use. Yeah, not plastic one. Tin one is thin, no, so you can see the effect there, collapsing effect you can see. Okay, that is the idea. Understand? Don't try with the thick one. Tin can, use tin can, there will be, you'll be able to see that. Okay, we do this one. Next day, we'll continue and do the question answer of this chapter. Okay. All right. Thank you. It is time. Bye bye.